Hi, everybody. Just back for a few moments to share with you the finished product of from my last live stream where I had only accomplished coloring in the uh, areas that were created by my pen when I closed my eyes and drew around and around, and I wasn't able to get the black lines drawn by the end of the video. So here it is. And I did do it in landscape view this time. So there it is. And so I think I'm going to keep on keeping this book to do all these in. Oops. Oh. So those are the 3 I've done so far. Yep. And since the paper doesn't bleed through, I can just keep on going. I've got several pages, and both sides are usable. So also, for any maybe of you newbie crafters who are hearing the word mica powder running around and people talking about being able to buy certain eyeshadows, and even going just to the Dollar Tree or your dollar store to get shimmery eyeshadows, I wanted to show you that they, yes, are selling them single now. Probably have been for a little while because there really wasn't a whole lot left when I went there last. And this was a nice darker, they call it sapphire smoke, darker navy blue. It's a lot darker than it looks on camera there, a little bit better. But you can see the shimmer. And this is obviously packed down into a little palette. So you can take a brush and use it from there if you want to. The other option that has been around a lot longer at the dollar store has been these types from LA Colors. And I'll just open one for you. There's one this has been around a long time. The grape jelly, and this one is Sunshine, which is more like a gold shimmer. So I will open up this one for you and show you how this one is set up. And you can keep it this way. It has a screw top that comes off, and then a little tab handle here for a little brush. It also has a rim here to where that brush fits down into. But if you remove this, this is also a lid around here. So you can open it up to access the full powder itself if you want to mix that with other ingredients, other materials. I'm not quite sure. I think other people have also used eyeshadow like the mica eyeshadows like this, or even taking ones like this and crumbling back, getting them smushed up into fine powder again to make shimmery paints and watercolors. I know that Janet Nash, she goes by Janet Nash on YouTube. So if you just type in a search for Janet Nash, plenty of you that follow me probably know who she is. I know she has made shimmery paints from eyeshadows. I do not know exactly which. She lives in the UK, so I do not know which so excuse me, which eyeshadows, she had access to. And I do not know what the other ingredient is that she happened to use to be able to actually make it into a paint. I just noticed now here too, there's a teeny tiny little, let's see if I can show you. I'm turning it the wrong way. Maybe if I take this out, there's a teeny tiny little opening in this rim. And that's what helps you get this top rim out if you want to have access to the entire thing of powder to add to something else. Otherwise, you can use it this way, but then you're kind of stuck using just this little brush here that's provided. Just an eyeshadow brush. It is a straight brush. It's not slanted or anything, so it's nothing special. These do screw shut, so if you want to keep them this way, they're perfectly safe to do that. And these, of course, like every other eyeshadow you might buy, snaps shut and is fine to keep that way too. But once you do smush it up into, if you do make it powderized again, I would find an airtight little container to keep it in, because this is just going to get all over the place inside of here, as this is made for a little pad palette type of eyeshadow, not a loose powder. So those were the little things I had to share with you guys today. And let's see, what is today? Today is Monday. I have been invited to be on with Beth Schuler for her live stream this Thursday, the 6th, which is 5:30 Eastern Time, 4:30 Central. That makes it 3:30 Mountain, 2:30 Pacific, and Arizona time. So I believe we are going to jelly plate, and my goal between now and then is to find my jelly plate, because I do have a brand new one. But there has been some moving around of rooms, and I have never, ever, ever opened it. It is in its original container, never being exposed to the air or seeing the touch of paint, nothing. So my job between now and Thursday night with Beth Schuler's stream is to find that jelly plate, because I did have my husband at the time buy me the largest one they made, because I felt like I didn't want to have any lines from having papers being bigger than the jelly plate with the paint on it. So it shouldn't be too hard to find. It's not like it's a needle in a haystack. It's a whatever it is, 10 by 13 kind of size item. So wish me luck that I find it. I do have another room that was my craft room initially, until we had another empty bedroom available, and I started switching some stuff over. And I thought that's where it was. I thought in my mind's eye that I knew exactly where it was in the new craft room, but lo and behold, it was not there. It was not there. It was not anywhere in that room. So I now have to search the other craft room. So yeah, definitely cross your fingers that I find it. Otherwise, I'm going to have to resort to my glass plate, like a glass plate that I actually did get at the dollar store too. With it's raised with little teeny tiny rubber mounted feet on the four corners, and it's made for, it's a cutting board basically, but it's made out of glass. The only problem is it does have a little bit of texture to itself to start with. It's not flat glass, smooth glass, but the amount of texture is teeny tiny. So if all else fails, that's what you'll see me using. So don't forget to come on over to Beth Schuler's channel. Like I said, on Thursday evening, 5:30 Eastern, give or take a few minutes. And I'm not sure what else we're going to be doing, but she did mention Beth did mention the jelly plating, which I'm excited to do. More excited if I can find my actual jelly plate. But I want to thank you guys for watching and checking back in on how that doodle turned out. And by no means am I a mica powder expert, nor am I an expert in the DIY use of them, other than using them when they're already in this powdered form. Although I know from, being a woman who's used makeup that this can be purposely, if not accidentally also, changed from a palette into being a powderized form again, and works the same way then as if it was this way. So check your dollar store, check your Dollar Tree. A lot of the time, I don't know exactly what date they update or restock their beauty section, but I know the day I was there was not a whole lot to pick from. So you might have to make a couple of trips, but the savings can really be worth it if it's something you want a lot of, several colors of, and you or tend to use a lot of, versus buying brand name mica powders. And the colors are just as vibrant. The shimmer is very, very visible. I haven't found any real difference to complain about, whether it was $1 or $1.25. Now, I've just heard from a friend of mine that it's going to go up to $1.50. Have any of the rest of you heard that it's not going to stay at $1.25? It sure didn't stay at $1.25 very long if they're going to now switch it and move it up again to $1.50. But anyway, that is all from me on this Monday, and you'll probably see me again maybe for a little craft time, even before Thursday. So watch out for your notifications. If you can, go ahead and like this video, subscribe if you haven't yet, and then click that little bell that says all, so that you get all notifications when I go live, and you'll be able to catch me, or whenever I've posted a video, it'll let you know as well, something I've pre-recorded. I might venture out into my yard, as I live in the upper Midwest, and show you a little bit of what's left of, well, we probably have 2 or 3 more weeks of cicada activity going on. A lot of it is our lilac bush and our red maple out front. So yeah, maybe I'll show you a little bit of that. And then if cicadas just creep you out, then watch for that title and just skip over that and don't watch that. They did creep me out 17 years ago when this happened the last time, but this year I have found them interesting, although I do not want them to land on me, or I do not want to find them crawling on me. I don't mind getting close to them myself. Maybe I'll post some of the pictures I've already taken of them myself, getting close to them, and some flowers and grass. But maybe I'll film for you. They're just flying between the neighbor's tree that's not far from us and our tree and the lilac tree, and it's just an enormous amount of them. And so for those of you who don't live up here where we are at and don't have this going on, some of you find it interesting, and I'll be glad to show you. So I will see you guys in the next few days, at least a couple times, and I hope you have a great week. Take care. Bye for now.